we started form, and we are going to continue on that topic. So, if you can recollect, we talked about input and the label. There are other form elements like the select, text area, button, field set, and so on and so forth. Now, at the same time, we have what is called the form attribute. Now, if we go back to the code right here, if you can recollect, I said if you want to create a form, you need to first of all create a form element. Then, before inserting the content of the form element. Now, last week, I purposely excluded the attributes of the form. And today we will talk a little about those attributes. Now, have you tried to fill the form online? Let me see whether I can get let's see. Uh, um, I'm trying to get a website I can go to. Let me see. No. I can't. I cannot think of any website now at the moment. Um, let's see. No. Okay, let's go on. Now, let's go back to the code. Now, let us run our the program we wrote in the last class. Now, if you can recollect, in the last class, we created this form. So now let us look at this select attribute. Select form element. Now I will come back to the form attribute, but I want us to go through all the types of form elements like the text area, button, and so on and so forth. Now, if probably you must have seen come across a site where you need to make an option, like selecting an option out of many. Now, if I come back to this code, let me remove all this from here. Let me just remove all this from here. Then, undo. Or, let me see. Let me undo. Let me go back to the, okay, let's see. We don't want username again. Already, maybe we have you are trying to fill a form where you need to input your first name, and instead of password, let's say last name, and I'm going to change this to first name, first name, name to first name, this one to first name, this one to last name. Change this one to also to last name, last name. Then the type here we need to be test. Type in your first name. Type in your last name. Let's preview. Is there any question on what I just did? Any question from any quarters?
No, sir.
Okay. Now let's say I want to include maybe gender. Maybe you need to select your gender here, male or female. So I will create another form, another form element here. But remember that we only created what's it called, three rows here before. So I will need to create one more row. But let me just leave that for now. So now there is what we call radio button. Let me go to the form elements. Radio button. I'm not sure. Radio, this one, radio. Now, radio is that kind of form element that gives you the opportunity to select just one out of many options, just one. Now, checkbox, checkbox gives you the opportunity to select more than one option. Maybe, for example, in your school, there are nine subjects, and you are to choose a minimum of five. So you can choose five subjects out of nine subjects. So in such form, you will use checkbox. But in the case of gender, where you need to select one, either male or female. So we use radio button. So let us go back to our code. I think I've done it somewhere, yes, this one. Okay, yeah, I've already done it here. So let me just, why not just copy it out? Okay, but this one is uh two columns here. Have you? Yes, this is okay. Let me just copy this one and paste it right after the name. So two, I'm going to, I will not put this inside. I won't put this inside the row element. But let me just put it outside. Let me see. No, go back. Table. Sorry, undo. Let me see what I did there. This is TD. Okay. Let me see what this Let's see the outcome of this first. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So now we have the label, right? Is there anything confusing about the label? We treated this last class. So we identified the label as gender, which is this. Now, and the label is for the input type of ID gender. So I'm going to give why oh, why do I okay, so this is the input, right? This is the input for the radio. Can you see what I'm doing here? That's the input for the
Yes.
radio, and this is a label. This is a label. Where's my pen? Let me now this is a label for the male, which is this one here. Label for the male, label for the female. Now this is a label for the gender, which is this one here. Gender, male, and female. Now the radio button is this, the input, and you can see that it is also an input element, but the type is what? Radio. Radio. Similarly, this is also an input element, but the type is also radio. Now, if you also look at this right here, you can see the name. Look at this name. The name is gender. And note that the name is the same, gender, for the two. Now, why do we have the same the same name? Let me remove that name first. I'll remove this name first so that you see the impact of that. Now, if I go back to the browser and I fill this, and I fill my name, my last name, and I say I want to pick male. But if I click on female, you can see that I am able to select the female also, which is very wrong. Once I select male, then I should not be able to select female. And if I try to select female, automatically male should be deselected. It should be deselected. And that is the reason why we need that name attribute for that input element. The name attribute kind of group these two buttons together, but now they do not have the same name. Now, if I give, if I just say name equal male here, and I say name also here, name equals female here. Now, notice that the name for this first radio is not the same name for this radio. They are different names. If you go back to the browser, you will see how I should still be able to select the two. Now, for me not to be able to select the two, I must give this radio input and this other radio input the same name. So I prefer to give it gender. Now, because they have the same name, I've grouped the two input elements as one. If I go back to the code and I select male and I try to select female, you will see that automatically the male will be deselected like so. So I can now select only one option in that form element. Now, it can work for as many, right? Let's just say that I want to create just for fun here, just for demonstration. Let me just put in another radio button here. For example, it's just for demonstration, and I include and I say this one is um let's say uh, I do not want to see. Now, if I go back, okay, because there's no label there, so I need to give it a label. Anyway, okay. Okay, let me give it a label. A label for that. Let me just copy this label. Place there. Just copy this one. I do not want to say. So go back to the browser. I do not want to say. Now, if I pick one and I try to pick another, you will see that the initial one I selected is gone. It has been deselected. Similarly, try to pick this. I will not be able to select more than one option. And that is the primary purpose of the button. Sorry, radio. Any question on that? Any question? No question. Now I'm going to delete what I just created here. Let's do it together. CD. Now I've deleted it. We are going to create it together now. We are going to create gender label, then male label, then the radio button, the radio, then female label, then radio button. So now let me turn to my audience. Now I want Emmanuel. I want Emmanuel to tell me how I'm going to create this one, just this one, the gender.
Hello, sir. So what are we supposed to create? Is it the radio button stuff?
I said we are creating gender, male, but a radio label and radio. But
Okay.
your own task is to create this gender. So what are we going to do?
Um, so first in the first CD, we can add label for gender. Yes, label for gender. And we can decide to leave it blank if we want. Then on the second one, we'll add
We'll leave it
input
blank.
start. Yeah, I guess. On the second one,
So you
we
want to
can,
leave it blank.
oh no, gender,
Where am I typing the gender?
um, in between, um, in between the, what's the name of this thing? label and the TD, the closing tag for label and the opening closing tag for TD.
Yeah.
Yes.
You mean I should do gender here? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes. Oh no, sorry. In between the label. Sorry. In between the label.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Then on the next
No,
on
that's
the
all.
next
No, that is all.
yeah.
That's your
Yes.
task. Mhm.
Oh.
Now I want Ademola. Your task is to create this label.
Okay, so can you go back to the code?
Okay.
Okay, so on the new line, on the new TD,
And the new TD.
yeah, the
Okay.
second one, yeah, you put input,
Impute.
yeah.
What's your task again?
Oh wait. You put the label before you put the input stuff.
So label.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then put mail for the mail one.
Okay.
Then you close the label, yeah. Then after the label, that's when you put the input.
Yeah.
No, like wait. Wait,
You
I don't think there's meant to be label 4. I think it's just meant to be label.
just label.
Yeah, just label, not label 4.
Okay. Am I typing something there?
No, like go where the 4 is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think that's meant to be there.
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So
So
is there
after
something you're
after
missing
the
out?
label tag, after the closing label tag,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why
Okay.
you put impute type.
No, no, no. That's not your task. Your task is to create this male label.
Oh, okay.
Yes. No, just like we have gender here, I want to see male somewhere here.
Okay.
Yes. So is that all you need to do?
Um, yeah, but the one you showed us before, it didn't have like the you know those things on top, those two things that is next to the text.
No, yeah, they are there. I
Hmm.
indicated male and female, just like
Oh,
this. Yeah.
okay, so wait, so inside the label tag,
I-
inside there,
yeah.
yeah, then you put
Okay.
mail there.
Okay. That's fine. So now we have male. Good. So um I want Mary. Mary, now your task is to create this radio. You create this radio, Mary.
Sure.
Your task is to create this radio.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
this one.
Input element
Impute element. Where am I typing the impute element?
after the label.
After the
After the
label.
label element.
Okay, so I will do impute. Okay, let me close that one. Impute. Okay,
So input attributes.
type
We have the type to be the type to be radio.
type radio.
Then the value.
The value.
to be male. I think.
Male. All right. Good. So let's go and see. Now we have that, right? Okay, now the next person, I want Joshua. Joshua, your task is to create this label, female. Joshua.
Can you hear me? Yes, sir.
Your task is to create this female label. So tell me what to do.
So first of all, you should put the TD first and put label.
You said?
I said, first of all, you should put the TD
The
first and
TD
put
is already there. So there's TD already there. So where am I going to this TD? This is TD. So where am I typing? You said?
Is it in between the
Yeah. Is it here?
quote? Yes.
Okay. So what am I typing there?
The label for female.
What am I typing? What should I type?
Label for female.
Label. Okay. Female.
It's just
Okay. Is that all?
so are you typing anything or
I've typed already.
Yes.
See, I just typed this.
Oh, I couldn't see you. I couldn't see where when you were typing. I think my screen was.
But I've typed. Can you see what I'm highlighting?
Oh yeah.
I just
Yeah, I
typed
can
this.
see now.
So now, what am I doing next? Remember, you are creating this label female. So is that all?
Okay.
Is that all?
No, I don't.
Okay, what's the
No.
next thing to do?
Then
What's the next thing to do?
you should,
Look
you
at your
should also you should also type.
hold on. Just look at your product. You can see that yes, you have created this label, right? But nothing is appearing on the browser. So there's still something you need to do. Unlike others, you can
Yeah.
see we created gender, it appeared. We created male, it appeared. So, but you created a label here, but it's not showing. So there's still something you need to do. What are you supposed to do?
You have to type female again.
A female. Okay, where am I typing it? Am I typing here or here? Where?
In between the female and the
Is it here?
label. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have female. So let's check. Now we have the female, right? Now I want,
Yeah.
all right, thank you. I want Feromi, your task is to create this radio. Feromi, your task is to create this label. So this radio. She's not responding. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm seeing one hand up. Okay, Joshua, you want to say something?
Could I do the label?
You want to try it?
Yeah, don't mind
Okay,
trying.
all right,
So,
go on. So do the radio,
So
but speak louder, please.
yeah. Okay, so you have to type in the input.
Input, where at what point?
In between, yeah, that.
Okay, that place. Okay, input. Okay. So immediately I need to close my input. So input, okay. What attribute am I typing there?
Radio.
No, the attribute. Radio is a value. What's the attribute for that value radio?
Oh, yeah, female.
No. Now see, this is the attribute. This is an attribute, and this is value. So I'm going to type the type attribute, So then I have the value radio. Always note the nuances, those little differences. Attribute. This is an attribute. This is an attribute. This is an attribute. This also is an attribute. Attribute. And that is exactly what we have. If you go to, if you come here, attributes, somewhere here, all these, they are attributes, but these ones are attributes on the form. Now we have attributes on the inputs. For example, this is a type attribute. We still have other attributes also. You can see the ID here is an attribute. The 4 is an attribute, right? So this is an attribute. Attribute, we always have a value. So this is value. This is value. And similarly, this is also value. Is that clear now? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
good.
Sir.
So let's go back. So now we have the type attribute and the value radio. Now, we still now have the value attributes, right? So we now indicate the value attribute, and the value for that value attribute is what? In this case, is what? Female, right? Because
Yes,
look
sir.
at this other one here, right? We have the male as value for this value attribute. We have radio for this type attribute. Similarly, for this other radio, we have female for this value attribute, and we also have radio for this type attribute. Any question? Excuse me. Any question?
No, sir.
So let's check the output so you can see. Now, at the moment, I can select the 2. So what should I do to prevent that behavior? Anyone? Anyone? What should I do to prevent that behavior? To prevent me from selecting the two options. I can't be both a male and a female at the same time. It is in mathematics, it is I've forgotten what they call it. I think mutually exclusive. Yes, they are mutually exclusive. They cannot it cannot occur at the same time. So it is either a male or a female. So what should I do to prevent that behavior? What should I do?
Sir,
Okay.
by giving them the name, attribute, gender.
The name attribute. Good. And if I give this first one the name attribute and I give it a value of gender, what am I doing to the other one? What should I do to this one too? Should it be the same or not?
It should be the same.
It should be the same. Good. So I need to make it gender. By doing so, right, writing this attribute name and the value gender for both radio input, I have logically grouped the two. I've grouped the two together, and therefore I cannot select the two. Right? I can only select one at a time. So is there any question on this exercise? Is there any question on this exercise?
No,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. Now, another thing I want to discuss tonight. Now, in forms, I know you must have seen something like this, that you will see something like a drop down that you will click and you have options like the country where you are from, maybe Afghanistan, Iran, Nigeria, UK, USA, Canada, and so on and so forth. You have that options. So how is that done? Very, very simple. Let me clear the screen. So you use the select form elements. This one, you use select. I think I saw it somewhere. No, not here. He's standing on his own, actually. It's not part of the input attributes. Okay, I'm not sure whether it's there, but I think I did something like that down here. So this one. Now let me copy this just to save my time, and I paste it right there. So now you can see that this one too, I've given it a label, right? Countries. I said nationality, right? Now, and I just give options. Okay, now select, right? Then, and I stated the options. Now look at the options here. But first of all, let me remove this one, this attribute here. Right, let me just remove that out. If I go to the browser, which is this, you will see select your country here. Now I can now click here to select the country I am from. In my situation, Nigeria. Now you can see we are building our form gradually, right? I have my last name. Then, of course, I'm a male and I'm from Nigeria. So now let's go back to our code for me to explain this. Now, the select form element, the select element is very simple. Let me just cut this out for you to see it. First, you create your select element, and you know that this is the ID you are familiar with, and this is the name attribute, right? Then the next thing is to now start stating the options, right? I don't just to save myself typing, so I just need to put it back what I typed initially. So I will give it options. Now look at this very first one.
Is it between 3 people?
Look at this very first one. This very first one is select your country. It's just for the user to view that, okay, to know what to do here, that you need to select your country. Please mute yourself. Now, after that, I then stated, please mute yourself. Let me see. Emmanuel, mute yourself. Feromi, mute yourself. So now let's go back to the code. Now I will do what? Give all the list the other countries like Nigeria, UK, and so on. And again, don't worry about this value, right? But the value is important. By the time we get into JavaScript and we get into discussing the back end, you will note, you will see the importance of this value. This value, you see the importance of this value, you will see the importance of this ID, and you also see the importance of this name, the name attribute. But for now, just know that if you want your data, this data, to be captured by the computer, by the server, the server will only look at the value assigned to this attribute value. So that is what the server will look at. The server will not look at this option element content. This content is for the user of the browser to view and to make option, to select his or her option. Now, but the moment the user selects, for example, now Canada, what at the back end, what will happen is that since the user has selected Canada, the machine, which is the server now, we now get that value from this value attribute. We will discuss more about that when we are dealing with both JavaScript and the and back end. But for now, just know that it is important. So now I can decide to include more options. For example, I want to add, let's say, which other country is not here? Okay, Germany, for example, Germany, right? If I go to the browser, you will see the option of Germany. But now you will notice that I did not include the value attributes in this one, right? And that simply means that if in real life form, if I select Germany, the server, the backend will not be able to capture this data because I did not specify this attribute value. So I will need to include that attribute value, and I will say the value is what? Germany. Is that clear? Any question? Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir. All right. So now I want to include France into these options. I want Joshua to tell me what to do. Joshua, I want to include France into this option. I want to include it. So what should I do?
So first of all, you should type in the option
Option.
and
Okay. I've
and
typed
the
option.
and you have to type in a variable.
I will do what?
But you have to type in the value.
The value at the value.
Attribute.
Hold on. The value
for-
attribute. Okay. So what is the
Okay.
value there? What am I typing here?
You're typing France.
France. Okay. So is that all?
No, that's not.
Okay.
And you have
What
to
next?
You have to type in France second and then
Where? Am I typing it here?
no.
No. Okay. Is it here?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. So I will type in France. Now, if I go back to the browser, France is there as option. Now, thank you. Thank you, Joshua.
You're welcome.
So now I want to include Denmark. Denmark. And I want Feromi to tell me what to do. I want to include Denmark into this list. What should I do?
We go to the next line and write option,
Option.
then value,
Value.
and then write Denmark.
Denmark.
Then after the speed mark, we write Denmark again.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So when we go to the browser, we are going to see that option Denmark in there. Any question from any quarters? Any question from any quarter? No question. Okay, so we have spent almost 1 hour. So one more thing, I can still take in one more form element. Now, let me clear my screen. Well, clear. So now, let me include okay, test area into this form. Now, let me test your knowledge. What is test area, if I may ask? Emmanuel. What is test area?
Text area is something like a comment box.
Like a comment box. Okay. Have you come across one before?
I'll just say a text area is something like, for instance, maybe like on this shopping sites like Jumia and all, if you perhaps buy something in the comment section, you see enter your comments here,
Okay.
or like leave a review. The area where you like put that review in that box is like the text area.
Okay. So now, do you know how we can create one?
I'm not really sure. I don't think so.
Is there anyone in the class who can guide us how to create text box or test area rather?
Think I can.
Okay. So now guide me, please. Test area.
So use text area as the text area element.
Test it. Okay, let me just go outside this. Let's just type it here, for example. We use test area. Is that what you say?
Yes, sir.
This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Then
Is that
we can
all?
include attribute we want. I think yes, that's okay. But if you want to put place value, we can put placeholder, sorry. You can add
Placeholder.
placeholder.
Okay, so let us put placeholder here. Placeholder. So what are we typing in there?
Comment, or maybe write your comment.
Okay. Give us your opinion. Opinion. Or maybe something like we cherish your opinion. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now is that all? Let's even let's see what we've just done. Okay. See where it's because we didn't put it inside a row. Now let's quickly include that inside a row so that it will not scatter our code. Well, I just hope that this will work out. Okay. Let's try it. Let's see whether it can. Okay, it's not going to. Okay, maybe probably because of the size of this thing. Okay, let's put it outside totally, or maybe we can increase the height of. Did we specify the height of this
No.
form? Let me see.
Just use width.
Is there any? Okay, no, we didn't. Then it should increase by size automatically. Okay, so let's see. Let's take it down. Let's see. Let's take this one just down. Let's take it down after the. All right, so let's see. Oh, it's still not going down. Okay. But why is it doing this? Aha, that's better. That's where it should be. Okay, so now let me take it up again and see what happens. Test area. Let me take it out from there. And on before submit button, which is this is let's see here. Oh, okay, I understand now. Let me even click refresh and see. Okay, it's just not trying to enter into that. Okay, that one we'll be trying to deal with that in another time, because our time is up, is almost up, and I still want to go through the assignments. Don't think I've not forgotten the assignments. All right, so now we have our test area here, right? So you can type whatever opinion you have. Now, how do we increase the size? Because most of the test area I have seen, right, they are usually very big in size, like so. But ours is kind of very, very small, right? If I refresh now, you see it will go back to it to the default. So the question is, what should we do to increase the size, the dimension of this test area? Israel.
I think we'll give it height and width, sir.
Is it height and width?
Ah,
Okay, you forgot it. Don't worry, it's normal. Don't worry. You've tried. So now there's something called row,
yes.
then another thing called column.
Multi-band,
Yes. No, it's normal. So we can increase the row. Maybe if we increase the row to maybe say 20, and the column, let's say 30. Right? Let's go and view. Now we have a bigger area. Now let's increase the column, that which is the width in this case, to maybe 60, for example. So you will see it will go wider. So we have enough space to type our opinion into that space there. So that is what test area is all about. Any question before I end the class today? Any question?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So I'm going to stop recording. Then I want us to present